Greetings, my name is Barry. I'm a New York State psychotherapist and spiritual intuitive, and I'm going to be starting my next series on a diversity of topics, all related to who we are as individuals. And today's topic is going to be on the topic of lust. Now, lust is equated as, I believe, one of the 7 deadly sins. Not too up on the subject, but I believe it's definitely condemned somewhere along the line. And actually, for good reason. Let me tell you a little bit about what happens when you have lust. Lust is something that, just briefly, there are different vibratory rates. Some things are a higher vibratory rate, like Mozart, or a really beautiful concert, cultural performance, fine architecture, really great food. And then there's things with low vibratory rate, which is like horrible, cheap food, really bad graffiti, or things that debase structures, architecture that people look at and say, oh my God, that is horrible. Those kind of things. They have lower vibratory rate. If you curse a lot, you're violent, you abuse others, pretty low vibratory. Well, lust is in that category of low vibratory. Chakra-wise, it's bright red. It's from the bottom of the second chakra, which has to do with sexuality. But this is a baser use of the energy. Lust is not anything that has to do with love, compassion, caring, nurturing. Lust is simply something that you want for yourself. You don't really care about the other person. It's not an interchange. A typical example of lust is rape. I want to possess this person, and I want to have them for my own pleasure, my own enjoyment. So, therefore, I'm going to rape them. I don't need to give them pleasure. I don't really care if they're interested or not. As long as I'm stronger and they have to do what I say, I will pleasure myself, and when I'm done, I will discard them, whatever condition they are, however they are psychologically, however they are physically. I'm satisfied. Lust is not just a sexual thing. You can lust after objects, you can lust after money, you can lust after a lot of things. But basically, lust is a pure example of service to the self. It's something that says, I want. Not, we're going to get, we're going to grow. Simply, it's me, 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 me. I want it, and I'm going to get it. And whatever I need to do to get it, it's fine, because if it enables me to get it, then really, it works. It's good. So lust does not have any gradations. It's not a little lust and then medium lust and big lust. Lust is not an emotion or a feeling. It's more of a concept of I want something combined with desire. And when you have this desire combined with a thought of wanting something, it really comes down to how much energy there is attached, how strong that desire is. If the desire is very powerful, odds are you're going to be pretty lustful. And if the desire is weak, you may just think about it, but not actually act on it. So the key here is not how strong the thought is, but rather how powerful the desire is, because that's what lust is all about. Now, what exactly is desire? What are we talking about? Everyone has an energy system. Biomechanically, everyone has electromagnetic field to their body. Well, this electromagnetic field can also be called chi, prana, energy. And depending upon how strong it is in the individual, that determines how strongly they can approach things in life. But there's also ways in which energy can be centered in different parts of the psychic body. There are many different schools about chakras. The basic is that there are 7 basic chakras. The first one starts all the way at the base of the spine, and the 7th one is the top of the head, and different centers in between. The second chakra is basically around the generative area for men and women. And lust is from the bottom of that second chakra. And it says, okay, I have a lot of energy here. And the mind determines what the lust is after. But it's the energy in the chakra that determines how strong the lust actually is. Because without the feeling, it's just a thought. Oh yeah, I'd really want to have this. But that's it. It's just a thought. But when energy is trapped in a certain part of the body, if it's trapped in the lower part of the second chakra, whatever the subject is that is attached from the brain, that's the subject that one starts to lust after. And then it can be quite powerful. I mean, it's amazing what people will do in the name of lust in order to achieve the degree of satisfaction that they desire. And the sad thing about lust is that when you actually get what you want, assuming you do, and you've achieved that perfect person, you've had sex with them, you've done whatever you want with them, you've gotten the perfect vase, the perfect diamond, it no longer moves you anymore. Lust is something that is powerful in the desire to obtain. But once you have it, you don't lust after it anymore. It's already yours. You've had the experience, you have the possession. So it starts becoming pretty meaningless very rapidly. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, I know my whole world was around this subject and I was totally consumed by getting it. But now that I have it, it's just not that important anymore because I have it. So it's the process of wanting. And people who have lust tend to get caught in a trap where they want new and new and new and new, because it's the going after that really gives them excitement and fulfillment. It's not the moment when they obtain it. It's the moment before they obtain it. Now just think about this. If there's something you really, really want, once you have it, all of a sudden all the excitement starts diminishing because you have it. But the moment before you get it is at its peak. And that's the high. That's what people are seeking. It's that moment right before they get what they want. And once they actually get it, the energy is diffused. It gets dissipated. And people really can get addicted to that feeling of lust right before you gain it. So people keep finding new and different things to lust after. Whether it's individuals or objects or awards, prizes, whatever. It's really this rush of energy that people want. It could be said to be endorphins or dopamine, ultimately serotonin, but it's really the hormonal reaction that people are running after, not the actual object. So lust is something that, unfortunately, regardless of how powerful it is, it could never really be satisfied, because the moment you get it, the hormones are released, you feel good, and the body calms down. The rush is over. Now you have to do it all over again. So, I hope this has been an interesting exploration on the topic of lust. Okay, thanks. I'll see you next week. Bye.